Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick video to talk about a new shop that is very actively pursuing content creators at the moment and has sent me a couple of things for me to have a look at. This shop is something called MEPSKing. Now, MEPSKing appear to be a shop that's really focusing on radio controlled components. My local hobby shop, Steve Webb's, up there over in Cheshire, kind of closed recently, and I'm still in mourning about that. But a lot of places that opened during the quad racing boom have subsequently closed, and places like Banggood, AliExpress and others are stocking less and less of the radio control components. So it was interesting to get an email from these guys to say, hi, we're MEPSKing, we'd love to kind of work with you, send you some stuff to have a look at. Are you interested? Now, it appears that they are being quite aggressive at the moment, kind of recruiting content creators, so I'm sure you're going to see them in lots of different places. My interactions with them to date have been very positive. I've got kind of a good feel about it, but the proof of the pudding is how that continues once they're kind of not actively recruiting everybody. But I did get a couple of things sent to me because they offered me some stuff. And I got this thing here. This is one of the new T-Hobby Velux flight controllers. It's actually an 8S stack. I've got this in because, as you know, I'm kind of interested in looking at flight controller manufacturer alternatives to Maytech and SpeedyBee. Now it's hard to get that. And also they do their own motors as well. So I've got some of these Neon V2s in to have a look and see what they're like. Now, the flight stack, again, is the T-Hobby Velux F7 SE. It's an 8S setup. It has an F722 processor. The gyroscope is an ICM 42688P. Betaflight firmware only, sadly. More about that in a second. On-screen display is supported both for analog and HD. BEC outputs are 5 volts at 3 amp. And a nice 12 volt at 3 amp as well, which is perfect for HDFPV systems, 5 UARTs, Bluetooth wireless connectivity, so you can use your SpeedyBee app to mess about with it at the field, input voltage 4 to 8S, 30.5mm mounting holes, and the dimensions are 38 by 38 by 7mm, and it weighs about 8 grams. That's actually paired in this bag with a Velux 70 amp SE 8S 4-in-1 ESC that has a continuous current of 70 amps, peak current of 75. Again, 4 to 8S LiPo, running AM32. Interestingly, it's not come in a nice pretty box with lots of foam inserts and feeling like a, high-end product. It's come in this anti-static bag, and although it's kind of all protected and arrived here fine, there's not that kind of same premium feel for this flight controller. Plugging it into Betaflight, no real surprises here. The way that everything is laid out and everything's working is pretty standard stuff. And I can see the target that is being used. Having a look to see whether or not that target is something that's supported in INAV, sadly not at the moment, and also the only thing that I can see in the INAV GitHub repository is to say that this isn't something that's expected to have an INAV target anytime soon. I have emailed the people at T-Hobby asking them to fix that, because unfortunately that means that I can't use this in the quad build that I was hoping to, because I want to do it with INAV for that reliable return to home function. In terms of these motors, I've got this set of 4. The idea is to potentially build a quad or rebuild a quad with these newer components to see how well they perform. Again, these are the Neon 2207 V2s, available in 3 kVs, 1950, 2050 and 2550. The leads are about 150 millimeters long, so if your arms are longer than that, you're going to have extensions. Weight's about 36 grams. Motor dimensions are 28.3 millimeters wide, 5 millimeter hollow shaft. Rated LiPo voltage is 6S, with the exception of the 2550, it's rated at 4S. 12N14P configuration. And the maximum current and wattage is about 50 amps and about 1200 watts on the 2050 kV unit. But looking at them here, they're actually a reasonable motor. They feel really nice. The finish feels really good. The windings look nice. The bearings feel good. But of course, it's how they actually perform when they're on a model is really the test. So disappointing, unfortunately, that the flight controller does not support INAV yet. I know for lots of you that isn't going to be a showstopper, because if you're building a quad Betaflight, you know what, this is actually a really nice little stack. However, I want the option to use INAV, so I'm going to have to keep looking. If you have a flight controller stack that you are using that's freely available that supports both Betaflight and INAV, do let me know. But I'm going to keep this stuff in a box, and when I get a flight controller to go with these motors, then I'm actually going to rebuild a quad. My idea with this is to get one of the older quads out that has an older flight controller in it, put in a new stack, replace the motors, configure it all up, probably stick in Walksnail, surprise, and do kind of a little bit of a mini build. I'm desperate to find a replacement, freely available replacement that isn't super expensive for the SpeedyBeat and Maytech flight controller unit. So if you can help me in that direction, I would be really interested. But links below to both of these things from MEPSKing. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that website because it does appear to have almost everything we need to kind of build a quad, repair and replace stuff. Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Painless 360 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.